So Howie Mandel invited on Ari Shaffir for emotional support and to have a pity party, to talk about injustices. Now, Howie expected for Ari to have his back, but it went horribly wrong after Ari showed that he's a free thinker and made Howie look like a dummy.
Like we were just saying, there were 3 Jews sitting here. Have you felt the? Are you feeling
what? We're back in
the love,
dude. We're back. Center of attention again. I love it.
Really?
Oh yeah. We were a joke before. Now we're taken seriously. Who else wants some? Who else wants some?
You seeing the positive in this?
Yeah, dude. We're fine.
Attention.
Yeah, we're back. Before we were just some like joke, like I remember the tribe, like little light things. Now people take us seriously.
Seriously?
Go ahead, keep pushing the students. See when we push back.
It's horrible.
It's not horrible. It doesn't happen. It's statistically irrelevant. It should be on the news too much. None of it's really happening.
Are you
all
kidding
over
me?
the country? I've seen no actual anti-Semitism. Have you? You look Jewish. You walked around, people yelled Jew at you or something.
I don't go out.
Yeah, good point.
Howie just unintentionally proved Ari's point. You don't go out. So this entire fearmonger of, it's a big issue and we're being persecuted in real life comes from what you're watching on television or in the news. You haven't experienced it in real life or in person, so you really don't know what you're talking about. And you only feel this way because you are just hyper-focused on like these real isolated instances of whatever you believe is anti-Semitism.
I yelled Jew at him this morning.
Yeah.
No. I think it's real.
No.
I think we got to take it seriously. I think what you're saying is wrong.
No, it's being on the news. Are you familiar with the what's that app that tells you all the robberies in your neighborhood? Citizen app.
Yeah.
So before this app, everybody was having a great time in their neighborhood, and then suddenly all these housewives are like, "There's a robbery every 20 minutes. I can't believe everything's going to." They're just aware of it suddenly. The small percentages. It's a little bit in colleges you don't go to. It's not there. It's statistically irrelevant. I go all over the country. I've never seen any anti-Semitism.
Are you on a college campus?
No, I'm not.
Go over to USC today.
I'm not on a college campus.
The man who doesn't go out is arguing with the man who is well-traveled about whether or not this is an issue all across the country. Now, Howie's example or telling Ari to go to USC, the reason why he did that was because USC students have been really outspoken about being pro-Palestinian. But how anti-Semitic can USC really be when they banned their valedictorian from giving a speech because they believed that she would come up there and speak out against Israel?
It's incredibly disappointing. I was sitting on my bed when I got the call and, I broke into tears.
Pro-Palestinian student Esna Tabassum is disappointed that USC has canceled her valedictorian speech at this year's graduation ceremony.
I expected USC to have my back.
USC has said it's for security reasons. The school's provost said in part, the intensity of feelings fueled by both social media and the ongoing conflict in the Middle East has grown to include many voices outside of USC and has escalated to the point of creating substantial risks relating to security.
In no case have they ever offered me specific details or specific threats, and to that end, I feel like it's other factors that are influencing their decision.
So that within itself debunks Howie's entire point regarding USC.
Nobody I know is.
Students are.
They're just dumb.
No, you're wrong. Oh, you're really wrong. You're really wrong.
Bro, if you shut the laptop, you'll never see it. You'll never know it exists.
Oh, I believe that you can hide from it. I believe that you can be
out in the world, never seeing a single thing. It's just a Citizen app. It's just another Citizen app thing.
Now, watch how Howie tries to masterfully twist Ari's words. Ari isn't saying that it doesn't exist at all. He's not saying that racism don't exist or anti-Semitism. He's just saying that to the level of attention that we give it, it's not really warranted, right? Like, these are like isolated instances, like even like the volume, the sheer volume of it isn't enough for us to give it this much attention and to treat this as if it's like a pressing world issue.
No anti-Semitism, there's no racism,
it's statistically irrelevant. It's like getting a set over a set. It's not something that's even, it's less than 0.1%.
We're less than 1.1% of the population, Jews.
I thought we're 2. No.
Yeah, we are. We are 2%.
Yeah.
Now, I know that minor detail may not be a big deal in the grand scheme of things, knowing whether or not they're 1% or 2%, but it is in this conversation because what that highlighted is that Ari is much more informed on this subject than Howie. And even though Howie is listening to the more informed person tell him it was not that big of a deal, Howie is still holding on to victimhood because he enjoys and relish in being a victim, like most people. And it really doesn't matter who the marginalized community is. Most marginalized communities and minorities, bro, love victimhood. They hold on to it.
But I think that
It's not. It's
we're
just,
hated.
Sure, by some, I guess, deep in the where they don't see us.
Do you still have friends in Israel? That's a no. If you have to
maybe.
think that long,
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
my
don't-
rabbi still lives there.
do you talk to him?
I haven't in a bit, no. But you know,
I would imagine how he would feel if you said that in front of him.
what? There's no anti-Semitism?
Yeah.
My sisters are Orthodox Jews. They're like, it's everywhere. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. They're like, do you see this anti-Semitism? I'm like, no. Everyone's trying to look for it. It's just so lame. Everyone's trying to look for they've been victimized more than anybody. It's like, shut up.
Do you
it's
feel
fine.
like that's what
You don't
this
think we
is right
have?
now?
Ari is doing what most people should do, which is not try to get ourselves in this rat race of the oppression Olympics. Meaning, we shouldn't be out here like going out of our way trying to prove that we're more oppressed than the next man, right? Like, and we really shouldn't focus on minute issues that don't really affect us at all. Howie, on the other hand, is about to do something very nasty. So after Ari denies that, you know, their people are the most oppressed group of people or most affected, Howie then asks Ari something very nasty and disgusting. And I think that Howie asking Ari this, bro, to me was nasty and disgusting because, one, even if he felt that way, if he's your boy, why would you even put him on the spot to say that on a public platform? Watch the question that Howie asks Ari, trying to paint Ari as like this very bad person because he doesn't want to engage in the oppression Olympics.
Are you a Holocaust denier?
It's been a while. Yeah, the Holocaust is real, but like walking around, it's like, what are we talking about? But I mean, like, is the stuff actually out there? Like, no, it's just the Citizen. It's a version of the Citizen app online. People are looking for like, it's terrible right now. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. My friends from England was like, you know, they can arrest you now if you say the wrong thing, if you attack the government. I'm like, has that happened though? Has anyone been arrested in comedy? They're like, well, no. I'm like, well, then what are you talking about? You can get arrested. You can get arrested for jaywalking in New York. It doesn't happen.
And the reality is, anti-Semitism is alive and well, is growing, is warming up, is sending us on a path to...
Yeah, it's another Holocaust. Sure. And fucking George Bush was fucking just like Hitler, and Trump was just like Hitler. It's just like I've heard these things so many times. It's like, oh, right already.
Now, you know Ari is cooking Howie because Howie's daughter even steps in and says, Dad, like, he's kind of right, man. Yeah, your daughter has been under, like, your tutelage, like, her entire life. And, like, one conversation with Ari, and she's, nah, man, listen, he kind of right. But, like, just some further context for you guys, bruh, in terms of, like, Howie's irrationalities. Howie is a germaphobe, right? Like, Howie has an irrational fear of germs, which just lends itself to the pattern that Howie is always concerned about things that are minute and worry about it, right? And that's us giving Howie the benefit of the doubt and claiming that Howie actually believes what he's saying and he's not trying to engage in the oppression Olympics, that he truly believes these things. Well, you know, then that sort of takes away Howie's credibility, right? Because, yo, you are a germaphobe, right? You know, like, it's in your nature to worry about things that don't really exist. It's in your nature to have irrational fears of things that aren't an issue.
It's not happening.
Is it more maddening that people ask you about this because you're Jewish? Because of who you are?
Constantly I'm like, you must see this. You got to weigh in on this. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't put myself into like horrible places.
Are people expecting you to like
To weigh in? Oh my God, yeah. And I'm like, you guys don't want my response. I'm going to make light of it. I'm going to make light of it. The whole thing. That's
You're
what I
going to
do.
make light of it?
Yeah.
Because you're a comedian.
Because I think you shouldn't get, and that's my stance, is you shouldn't get involved in all this negative shit. So I'm going to make light of it.
Is that a defense?
No, it's what I do. I make jokes. I make light.
But I got to tell you that as a Jew, it is a little scary. And I can't believe that you, as a Jew, I don't believe you, that you can keep it out of mind. I would imagine as...
Why? Why don't you believe his reality that he's telling you? Why does he have to feel
You
the
have
same
no
way?
thought if you land in world, wherever you are.
Like Iran or something, or Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's always like travel advisories are like, is it safe for Americans? And then is it safe for Jews?
Right.
Yeah, that's in certain areas for sure, where you got to like worry about that a little more. But London is not one of those places. You can just walk right past the rallies. It doesn't really matter. No one's gonna break into your fucking hotel room and try to kill you for being Jewish.
A broken clock is right twice a day. Now, I don't even know what Howie expected from Ari Shaffir. Now, even if Ari did indeed feel like how Howie felt, Ari would have probably taken the opposite stance just because, bro, he's a shock jock. Like, do we forget, like an hour after Kobe died, Ari Shaffir took to his Instagram to say this about Kobe Bryant.
I know there's always a lot of like hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories.
Meet Ari Shaffir.
And every once in a while, there's a good story. A good story comes out. The guy who got away with rape got his today. Kobe Bryant is gone. I'm here in Charlotte, the home of the team that originally drafted him. Maybe he wouldn't have raped that chick in Denver if he had stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets.
That's still really wild to this day. Even though Ari tries to say it was a joke, I didn't see the humor or even the joke within that. But nonetheless, though, man, Howie made out of the situation looking really dumb and really stupid and really desperate for attention. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, all right? But, you know, speaking of beefs and drama, click on this video right here to find out why Sharp from No Jumper crashed out on this ex-No Jumper employee after they tried to expose him. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.